You're listening to the Outer Banks This Week podcast, a place for people to hear what's going on up and down the beach and get the truth about what really goes on around the Outer Banks. So, here we go.
Yeah, that's right, Lexi. Episode number 43 of the Outer Banks This Week podcast about to pop off, and I'm going to call this Ep 43 with your boy, Matty P. I got Matty P here with me today, y'all. So excited to have Matty P. You probably remember him. He was our, what we call the nightlife correspondent over the summer. OBX After Dark with your boy, Matty P. Got him to come in today, and I'm glad to have him. Matty P, what's up, dude?
What's up, everybody? It's your boy. Yeah, you already know what it is, y'all. Matty P in the stew with Justin. It's been a long time coming for this episode, am I right?
You are absolutely right, Matty P. I don't know, man. Like I've been super excited about this ever since Matty P and I talked about it a couple of weeks ago. I was like, dude, you got to come in, and he was like, I'll be there. So we're going to talk today about holiday hotspots and off-season hangouts. We're going to get into that in just a little bit. But man, I'll tell you, it seems like the last couple of weekends we've had some pretty wild weather. We basically just went through like a wintertime hurricane.
Yeah.
When you sit back and think about it, even though it's not technically wintertime just yet, at the recording of this podcast, it was still fall. But yeah.
I mean, it's cold.
It's cold.
It's cold. You call it winter.
Yeah, you could.
I mean, I was just in Chicago. This ain't cold compared to there, though.
Oh, really?
19 degrees when I was there last week.
Yeah, but we're not going to talk about Matty P's Chicago adventure. We're not going to get into all that. But again, the weather kicked up on us Sunday. Rolled into Monday morning. The tide was up and down in different spots. I know that they had like ocean overwash and the road closed for a period of time between Frisco and Hatteras Village.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. And there's sand all over the road down there. And that's part of it, though. Like, it's an unfortunate side effect of living down there. But at the same time, you're living in paradise when you're down there, in my opinion. So that's up for debate, I know, with some folks, but at the same time, I really enjoy going down that road. I have a lot of clients down there, so for me, traveling down that road is kind of like a daycation. So, again, but like the weather's been wild. Matty P, let me ask you this. Do you believe sometime this winter we're going to see some snow?
No.
No snow?
I don't think so at all. I'm telling you, man, it's been too warm. I mean, maybe. I saw snow already once. Like I said, I was just in Chicago, so maybe I'll bring it back here with me. But honestly, I hope not. Snow sucks. I hate snow. I hate snow.
My man says snow sucks.
I love the cold, but I hate snow.
See, like, I just want to see when you have kids. See, Matty P doesn't have any kids. See, I got two, and my oldest just
that
wants
we know
snow.
of. I don't have any kids.
No, that we know. Matty P, man.
Clip that.
Oh, no, that's staying.
Great. All right, let's roll with it.
So, Matty P not knowing if he has any kids.
Hi,
have
son,
two.
if you're out there.
I have two kids, and they want snow in the worst way. So I want it for them, and I think we might actually get some this year. We've been in kind of a drought where we've had like a light dusting from time to time.
Flurry.
But we have not had like 2, 3, 4 inches of snow on the Outer Banks in a long time.
Yeah, I think last time it was like 5-6 years ago.
It was something like that. I'll never forget watching the news the night before, and it's like the Outer Banks will see a light dusting, and I woke up and there was 10 inches on my porch.
Yeah, I remember the only place was open was like a pizza place, and we were living in Kitty Hawk at the time, and we ordered pizza. This guy trudged out through the snow. I was like, good Lord, man. God bless you for this pizza.
Man, dang. Well, again, brought Matty P in to talk about holiday hotspots and off-season hangouts. Being our nightlife correspondent throughout the summer, Matty P, he's not just a seasonal kind of guy. Matty P is an all-season kind of guy, and he frequents all up and down the beach from Corolla to Ocracoke. You know, he's all over the place. You never know where Matty P is going to pop up. So we're going to get his perspective on that in just a few moments. But I want to do some shout-outs real quick, Matty P. I have a few this week. Do you have any shout-outs you would like to give?
Yeah, I got a couple.
All right, go ahead. Roll with it.
Oh, you want me to let him rip?
Yeah, let him rip, baby.
All right, I'm going to give a shout out to a man I highly respect, and I just saw him for the first time in a while. Matt Meekins. Meekins Insurance. You know, he's a local legend. Played on the baseball team for Manio High School.
Yeah, I remember something about that. Long time
like
ago,
that.
man.
Matt
He's old,
Meekins.
ain't he? He's
I
old.
wouldn't say that.
No,
I wouldn't say that too loud. But yeah, Matt Meekins, is good seeing you, brother. I love you, man. Hope you're doing well. The next shout out I got is for someone far, far away.
Oh, Lord.
Shout out Megan, all the way
Who's
out there
Megan?
in Chicago. Megan is a girl that I know.
Oh, is that the one I talked to on the phone that one day?
Yeah, you talked
and
to
I
her.
told her, I said, you need to understand that you are drinking coffee with a local legend, right?
Yeah, Megan's a special girl. She's special.
Okay.
We had a snowball fight in Chicago, I think. Literally, it snowed. We had a snowball fight. It was
Okay.
awesome.
Okay.
Got to spend Thanksgiving there, with her family. Everything was great. And I just wanted to give her a shout out,
Okay. All right. You got any
And,
more?
let me think. I don't know. I think that's all I got for now.
I'll tell you what, if you think another one, just throw it out there in just a minute. I'm going to jump into my shout outs. I want to shout out first to a gentleman by the name of Jason McPherson. He and his wife, Missy. I saw Jason the other day and Missy when I was eating brunch, or I guess it was breakfast. It wasn't really brunch, but they do have it at Owen's Restaurant now over there at milepost 16-ish in Nags Head, 16 and a half, whatever, right in that area on the beach road. I was in there trying out the new breakfast, brunch thing that they're doing, which is very good, by the way. And they were in there eating, and Jason was like, man, I listen to every episode of the podcast. And I was like, you just made my shout-out list.
Nice.
So, and I've been knowing them for years. Jason and Missy, they got a son named Chipper. They got their nephews, Jeff and Brent Twine, were some of my best friends growing up. So, love them very much. Great people there. Also want to shout out to a gentleman by the name of Adam Dye. Adam Dye. Yeah, he's from up in Virginia, I believe. He said, hey, man, sent an email to the podcast. Email just said, hey, man, just wanted to pass along. You've been doing an amazing job holding it down on the podcast. Just because it's off season doesn't mean it's still not busy. And you should be proud. You've been, holding it down and everything like that. I can't tell you how much I love the podcast, even though I don't live there yet. Maybe one day. Hearing the podcast puts me in the best state of mind. I love the OBX. I love the podcast. And Mr. Adam, I love you now. Okay?
I think I love Adam, too, actually.
I mean, it
What
just
a guy.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, dude, we always throw it out there. So our email address, podcast@outerbanksthisweek.com. If you're a listener, if you have an idea for a topic, if you have any questions about the podcast, anything like that, please send us an email it's podcast@outerbanksthisweek.com. So I want to shout out to Mr. Adam real quick, and I appreciate him for sending an email and letting us know what he thinks. Also, I want to shout out to Mr. Ryan. I hope I say his last name right. Cashion? I think I started saying, hey, Justin, I said, wanted to reach out to say I love your podcast and listen weekly from Richmond, Virginia. Wanted to share with you my Christmas decoration that I know you'll appreciate that my wife doesn't. And it is a picture of he sent me a picture of his poster for Ernest Saves Christmas. You ever seen that movie, Matty P?
No.
Oh, my gosh. I forget. Matty P is a young Thundercat. We're going to talk about his history in just a few moments when we get to that part. But he sent that. He said he also named his dog Rimshot from the Ernest movies as well. Keep up the good work. Mr. Ryan, thank you for the nice message. And I love your decoration, the picture of that you sent me of the poster of Ernest on the wall. Ernest Saves Christmas. I'll show it to Matty P real quick if I can get it to pull up. There it is. Look at that, Matty P. That's Ernest hanging on to
I saw Ernest Goes to Camp. Is that like the same thing?
It's the same
The same
Ernest.
guy? Okay.
Same Ernest, just a different movie. But Ernest Goes to Camp, yeah. Jim Varney, my favorite actor of all time. Ernest Saves Christmas, best Christmas movie ever.
That's
Don't
debatable.
debate. No,
That's
I
debatable.
just stop. You're not going
You
to debate
can't
this
tell
with
me that the Polar Express
What?
is not as good as Ernest Saves Christmas.
There wouldn't be no Christmas if Ernest hadn't saved it back in 1987. So you need to remember that, Matty P.
Let's be honest. Polar Express is the best Christmas movie ever.
This is a debate for another day. Those are my shout outs. Thank you, fine gentlemen, for being avid listeners of the podcast. Matty P, did you have any other shout out?
No, I think I'm good. I don't think I got any more.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to shout out before we jump into talking about holiday hotspots and off-season hangouts. We're going to shout out to the Saltbox Cafe that, you know what I'm talking about right there in Collington?
Collington Road.
Yeah. You been there before?
Oh, yeah. I love Saltbox.
Yeah. I have.
Randolph?
Yes, Randolph and Amanda Sprinkle.
That's
you got
right.
it. Yes, they want you to come in and eat with them right there in the heart of Collington Island. They have a array of tasty eats featuring local seafood, fresh meats, and produce. They're open every day except Tuesday, I think, is still the case right now. They may have amended for holiday hours and off-season hours. I would suggest going to their website to see all of this. TheSaltboxCafe.com. Okay, the Saltbox Cafe. You got to put that in there. If you don't and just put Saltbox Cafe, you're not going to get anything.
Yeah, the.
thesaltboxcafe.com, and they only accept reservations.
Right.
You have to call and make reservations.
Don't they change their menu pretty often too?
They do. They change it up right regularly, depending on what's fresh and what's in season. That's something to think about as well. But in order to make that reservation, you got to call them 252-255-5594. 252-255-5594. Thesaltboxcafe.com.
Kind of like the Ohio State University.
Oh, like the Ohio State University? All right, Matty P, let's jump into this. All right. You, my friend, you really don't need much of an introduction. You've already been introduced, so I don't have to do that part anymore. Matty P has been our nightlife correspondent over the summer, and here's what I need to know. Let's start with who is Matty P. All right, Matty P, how did you, like, who are you? Where are you from? You know, what's your Scorpio sign or whatever they call it? What is it called?
I don't know.
Your astrology sign? Yeah, I don't believe in that crap. I don't believe
in astrology.
Okay,
sorry for all the crystals and signs out there, people that you do your thing. It's not for me. I'm a Virgo, though, if you're wondering.
But he does know. Who is Matty P? What does he do? Where does he go? Like, how did you get started? From who you are to how did you get started in this nightlife quest to being the man? Because let's talk about this. Let's before we jump all the way into it. When you walk into a bar with Matty P, or you walk into a place anywhere on the beach, anywhere from Duck all the way through down to Nag's Head and even further on south down to like you walk into a place with Matty P, people are like, Matty P. It's the wildest thing ever. It's the wildest. It's true story.
So weird.
So tell us how you got to be this local celebrity. Tell me about this.
I don't know. So I started bouncing, doing security when I was 17. Fresh out of high school, doing little side jobs here and there. And then I was approached. My buddy actually got me into it. His name's Ardit.
Okay.
Little Albanian guy, scrappy guy. Good friend of mine. He actually, he asked me if I want to make some extra money. I was like, sure, why not? What do I got to do? He's like, show up to Longboards, 10 o'clock, wear a black shirt. We'll show you what to do. I'm like, okay, whatever, sir. Showed up to Longboards, 10 o'clock, and I was introduced to a guy. They called him OBX Extravaganza was the promotion.
Okay.
And they were doing all sorts of events at Longboards. They were doing like Latina night. They were doing international nights. They had other DJs coming in doing all sorts of stuff. And that was over the summer. And as that progressed, I just worked with them for a while. I bounced around to a different couple bars. They would go. We went down to a place we went down to Dirty Dick's, actually, down south. I think, what is that, Hatteras? Is that in Hatteras?
Yeah, Dirty Dick's is in Avon.
Avon, right. We did an international night in Avon. We were doing that once a month for a while. But basically, this just progressed over time. And, I've bounced at a lot of different places. I've bounced at Bonzer Shack. I bounced at Jack Brown's. I've bounced at Secret Island.
So you a bouncer by trade. That's how you got...
By trade? No.
You're a bouncer by trade.
No, it's just something I do in my spare time.
So you're kind of like Dalton from the movie Roadhouse. Is that an accurate way to describe
No, I'm not going in and cleaning up the place, that's for sure.
You're not the cooler.
No.
Okay, all
I'm
right.
just a dude. Man, I'm a big guy, and that's, pretty much all you need. And for the most part, like, everyone thinks bouncers are only there to beat people up and, hurt people and prevent people from having fun. But honestly, man, I'm just there to have a good time, just like you guys are. I'm probably the chillest guy you'll ever meet. I don't ever, I try not to be a jerk to people, but, sometimes you got to occasionally, assist people outside of the bar.
So is it safe to say that because you were like that nice guy as a bouncer at all these different places, as soon as you show up, people are like, oh my gosh, it's Matty P? Because I feel like for your birthday, I think you did when you did a special birthday episode, the DJ, as soon as you walked into Jolly Roger, was like, it's Matty P's birthday.
That's right.
And next thing you know, the drinks started flowing. Is that an accurate statement?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I said, over time, doing this and being around the nightlife scene for so long has obviously introduced me to a lot of people. And you build connections over time, you build friendships, and for the most part, whenever I go out, people take care of you. Hey, Matty P, let me get you a drink. or you've returned the favor here and there, and it's just like it's a cool little community of people that I've gotten to know over the years. And actually, that DJ was DJ Styles. Shout out DJ Styles. Appreciate the birthday love in August, but yeah, man, it's just it's something that I enjoy doing, and meeting new people and building new relationships with people has just always been fun for me. So doing this nightlife thing has definitely helped me out with that.
Excellent. Well, you definitely helped us out by being Matty P. That's for sure with the nightlife thing. That being said, so right now we're kind of in the thick of the holiday season. Lots of different activities and events that are taking place that we're going to get into in just a few moments. But it seems like everybody goes back to the 12 bars that's taking place right now, the 12 bars of Christmas. Now, would you care to share with me the ones that I know it's hard to get to all of them? I know we're busy. We're all working, like locals. I know in the off season, people think like the locals just party. It's not the case. No. Okay. We're still working. I mean, what is your day job every day, Matty P?
I work for Twitty.
Work for Twitty real estate. Is that correct?
Twitty and Company.
Twitty and Company. That's right. Clark Twitty.
Yep.
That's what I thought. I was trying to think of his name. I almost said Mark, but I know that's not what right. And so, Mr. Twitty, you work for that company every day, and I mean, you're working. If you're tired, a lot of times you'll go home and go to bed, but if you feel good, you'll go out. So that's just something to keep in mind. That just because it's the off season on the Outer Banks, don't mean we're off. We're working.
Right. Yeah.
So
never stops.
With the 12 bars that's going on right now, what tell me about some of the ones you've been to already.
So I work at Jolly's, so I'm there 3 nights a week right now.
And they call you Big Precious? Isn't that what they call you at Jolly's?
Some know me as Big Precious. That is correct.
There's another one.
That's a funny one, actually. Yeah. Andrea, the general manager, was talking to me one day. She's like, I'm going to call you Precious. And I was like, yeah, that'll be nice. When I got to kick someone out, you just yell, Big Precious. Yeah. And you see me coming around the corner. Lord, that would be funny.
You work at Jolly's.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one. You like the vibe there? Everything cool there?
Yeah, Jolly's is fun, man. It's, there's a reason it's the best karaoke place on the beach. It's legendary, man. From Hambone on down to D,
right.
It's a legendary spot for karaoke, and it's always got good vibes. We're there, open 7 days a week. Weekends we're open a little bit later, depending on that sort of thing. But it's always good, and like I said, I work there 3 nights a week right now for the 12 bars.
Okay.
I've been there obviously. Last Friday night, I actually played a gig at the Blue Crab.
At the Blue Crab?
Sandy Claus.
Yeah.
Is it Sandy Claus?
Sandy Claus.
Is it Sandy Claus?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the Blue Crab. I played with a band called the Blue Crab Boys. Also, Clark's in that.
Okay.
Mine, Pat is in that as well.
Yep.
And so the Blue Crab was fun. They got it. If you haven't been to the Blue Crab, it's on Collington Road. I did a little segment about it earlier this summer. Basically, they got all these lights out back, and they have a little burn barrel going, and the vibe was really good. It wasn't too cold. I actually had to take off my jacket. I was getting hot.
Oh yeah.
But I went to Blue Crab, Brewing Station. Went there.
Okay, so that brewing station would be Christmas Vacation Station.
Yeah, Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
National Lampoon's. Isn't that what that is?
I think that's a movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people say that's a good Christmas movie. I've never seen it.
You see, I've seen parts of it, and it's just not my cup of tea. And I have had this debate with people. See, when I get my bar open and it turns into the 13 bars, mine's going to be the Ernest Saves Christmas bar. Okay? So just go ahead and throw that out there. Mark Baylog, if you're listening, get ready for the Ernest Saves Christmas bar. Anyway, so you've been to Christmas the Christmas Vacation Station.
Yep.
Didn't you say you went to Goombers?
Yeah, I went to Goombers. I don't quite remember the Goombers.
What in the world? Were you tired?
I was having a good time. Let's just say Matty P was enjoying the Christmas spirit.
Okay.
A little too much. Had a little too much of those holiday themed drinks they were serving up there at Goombers. But if you get a chance to go there, Goombers, whatever it's called right now, it's a great atmosphere. My buddy Andy is one of the bartenders there.
Okay.
And, Goombers is fun.
Fun. All right. Have you been to any of the others that you're aware of? We did go over to Poor Rudolph's and eat lunch
We just
today.
went to Poor Rudolph's, ate lunch over there.
Yeah.
I haven't been there at night, obviously, but, Poor Rudolph's, aka Port Richards, is also
Yeah.
one of my favorite spots to eat on the beach anyway. So
Yeah, right down here in downtown Manio.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place. And, of course, Mr. Todd, he's actually one of our Manio Town commissioners. He stopped and said hey to us, checked on us, see how we were doing. Super nice guy. Glad to see him.
That's right. We were going to go to Frost Colony.
Yeah, Frost Colony. Yeah, they had a little bit of an issue with some, not the restaurant wasn't flooded, but because downtown Manio, especially that corner, is a little lower lying, and with this wind and the water and everything, it had pushed up the street a little bit and it got onto his steps. And unfortunately, Gino had said that they had to close because that's where we were going to go. But that's okay, Gino. We'll be back for sure.
We'll hit your bar up next, Gino.
Yes. Just kind of go through all these bars, though. So you got All Shucks, that's Blue Water Grill. Of course, the Christmas Vacation Station, Deck the Hulls at Outer Banks Distilling. Goombers, Holly Jolly Christmas, which is Jolly Rogers. Jack Frost is Jack Brown's.
Oh, yeah. Jack Frost.
Oh, yeah? You been there?
Yeah.
Tell me about that one.
Jack Brown's is fun, man. So I love Jack Brown's regardless of what they're doing. They've always got good entertainment there, bands, DJs, whatever. Silent disco.
Oh, yeah. I've heard about the silent disco thing.
Yeah. And they, love their burgers.
Oh, the burgers are great.
Yeah, the staff is great.
Super
Friendly
nice people. Oh, yeah.
Owners are amazing.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, then you got Mama Claus's, which is Mama Kwan's.
I haven't been there yet.
Have you been to McAllister's Corner?
No. You were telling me about that at lunch.
So this past Friday night, I took my in-laws there with my wife and my kids, and it was, I'd already been there for lunch, and it was amazing. And then when we went back, it was just, it was busy. There was people in and out of there, but it's just like, you feel like you're walking into the movie. I can't speak accurately because I haven't been to all of the other bars yet, but I fell in love with McAllister's. I got one of their shirts. I was texting Glenn Sherwin, one of the owners, and I was like, hey, man, you should think about putting this in there for next year, like just different little things. And he was like, noted. So McAllister's Corner is definitely cool. Poor Rudolph's we mentioned. Sandy Claus we mentioned. The Broken Candy Cane, which is at Bonzer Shack.
I have not been there yet.
I haven't been to that one either. But those are all the 12 bars. And, of course, Jingle 12. We can't forget about Jingle 12. The OG of the Christmas bars here on the Outer Banks.
Was that Lucky 12?
Yep, that's Lucky 12. That's right. Now, all the events and everything that we're going to get into in just a few moments with all of that, we're going to talk about all of that in just a few, which I just repeated myself.
Clip it.
It can all be found online at outerbanksthisweek.com under the events tab. All right, so we've gone through the 12 bars, Matty P. Now, let's say we roll into January, February. It's a Friday night. Maybe you don't have to work Saturday, off season. Where could we maybe find Matty P on a Friday or a Saturday night in the off season?
Well, I know New Year's is coming up. So if you're looking for something to do for New Year's, there's always a place to go. Brewing Station does a big event. I know Jolly Roger does a pretty big event as well. I'm not sure about the other places. I know Longboards. I think Longboards does a big event as well, and I'm sure other bars will.
Right?
All the 12 bars probably will.
Right.
But New Year's Eve is coming up, so no shortage of entertainment there.
No. But I'm talking about if you were to go out, let's say it's February 20th. I don't know. I'm just picking
February
a date.
20th.
Yeah, and you're thinking about, man, you know what? I want to go out and hang out tonight, man. Where could we maybe find Matty P in the off season in the winter? Is it safe to say you probably might go someplace like the Brewing Station?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would go to the Brewing Station. Like I said, I think my party days are pretty much behind me.
Well, I'm not talking about I'm not talking about party.
If I'm going to get a drink or whatever, yeah. I'll sit at the bar at Brewing Station, watch the TVs.
Okay.
I'm sure there's be people I know there, so obviously I don't just go out and sit by myself. That's weird.
No. We know that. But still, Brewing
Station, Jolly's is fun. I love the people there, so I always go there and have a drink here.
Go hang out with Jennifer over at Longboards,
of
maybe.
Course, Jen's like my 13th mother. I have so many mamas around this beach, so
you do
not like
do
that.
You now?
No, like motherly figures.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying.
I know
women that will take care of you.
Yes,
if you need something, Jen's always there for me. So, shout out Jen for sure. But I'll bounce around here and there. I'm not. I think more in the summertime is when you'll find.
I got you. But you still would occasionally maybe pop out in the wintertime. I was told I was down in Hatteras the other day, and I was told that the spot to go down in Hatteras in the off season on the weekends or whatnot would be Tavern on 12 in Frisco. Okay,
I think I went there.
Tavern on 12 in Frisco. It's a little. I mean, I won't say it's a little ways down there, but it is almost when you're at Frisco,
right by the ferry, right?
No. That's Hatteras Village. Hatteras Village is down there by the ferry. You need to rewind up the road a little bit, Matty P.
I swear I went to Tavern on 12.
You probably have
over
been.
the summer.
Tavern on 12 is a hot spot. Neptune's down there, but I don't know that Neptune's is open in the.
I did go to Neptune's.
Yes, I know you went to Neptune's this past summer. Yes, we talked about that. Didn't you take your girl there?
No, I think I took her to Tavern on 12.
Maybe okay. Well,
I think
hey,
it was
look.
Froggy Dog.
There's Froggy Dog.
I don't remember, man. That whole trip. Going down to Oak is a long trip. And then you got to come back. And we stopped at multiple places on the way back.
Matty P doesn't even solve a blur for him, but
I wouldn't say it was a blur. Obviously, I was driving, but it wasn't like it was just a long day, man.
it's all right. It's all good. Well, anyway, lots of different places that you can go up and down this beach in the off season to hit up. Like Matty P was saying, you can. The options are still there. Now, the hours might be a little different than they were in the summertime, but there's still places that you can check out up and down this beach in the off season for having a good time on the weekends. Because, let's face it, a lot of folks will come down just for weekend trips. And when you do, they just know that there are things to do and the places to go. Not everywhere, not all of your favorite spots may be open, though. Some places, 100% seasonal, okay?
Yeah.
And they may shut down for a period of time. But there are other places that would love for you to come in and pay them a visit, grab a bite, have a drink, whatever the case may be. So keep that in mind. And, of course, we try to keep all that fresh and updated at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. All right, Matty P, coming up here in just a few moments, we're going to run through some events that are going to be going on between now and New Year's. Okay, but before we do that, I got to shout out to my boy Ryan Walker over at Wanchese Off-Road right there in Kill Devil Hills. Wanchese Off-Road Performance Diesel. They're the specialist here on the Outer Banks for anything diesel related, from general upkeep to major modifications, performance, suspension, lift kits, basic vehicle maintenance. They got it all squared away. You can check out my man Ryan at Wanchese Off-Road on Facebook, Instagram, or give him a call, 252-715-0025. 0025 is the last four, 715 being the first three. Funny thing, though, he's had the concept for Wanchese Off-Road for every bit of 20 years, if not longer. Probably longer than that. We were in high school when he started talking about Wanchese Off-Road. Ryan and I graduated high school together. One of my dear friends, and he was talking about forming Wanchese Off-Road Diesel Performance Center in high school.
How did they end up in Kill Devil Hills, though?
Well, that's where that's the spot he landed for right now. Who knows? He's probably going to open up another location in Wanchese. You never know. That's the whole thing.
Interesting.
It's like at one point there was a Roanoke Island car care center in Currituck. Yeah, I know.
That's odd.
Well, it stands out, though. Think about it.
I mean, it does. Don't get me wrong, it does. I mean,
It's great.
I
It's
don't own an
genius.
off-road vehicle, so I drive
Everybody
a Kia.
owns an off-road vehicle.
Yeah, they're
It just
called
depends on-
feet. I drive a Kia, and my feet could take me off-road.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough, Matty P. Fair enough. All right, so we're going to run through some events real quick. Again, all these events can be found online at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. Click on the events tab, and they're all listed right there. So, of course, we've just talked about the 12 bars that are going to be going on through New Year's Eve. The Corolla Christmas Village and activities that are going on through New Year's as well. So, a lot of fun things going on up in Corolla Village right now, Matty P.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got lights everywhere, spread out through the entire village. I just saw the other day that they have like a ice skating rink now.
Yeah, that's part of this
Like
Corolla Christmas Village.
synthetic ice.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah. It's not. I thought it was real ice. No.
No, it's like a synthetic ice. It's like I don't know what it's made out of, but I'm pretty sure like it's like something that they use when you can't have real ice. So like I know that they use it for like hockey training and stuff like that. Not in Corolla, but the specific like ice or like fake ice or whatever it is they use.
Fake ice.
Yeah.
Got it. Feist. All right. We did mention Frost Colony in downtown Manio at Lost Colony Tavern. Again, Gino and Jared have transformed their stuff into a holiday-themed area. They got all the different foods and everything like that over there as well. So I encourage you to take advantage of that between now and the new year. Coming up on a couple different brunches, dinners, things going on. Like on Christmas Eve, Sunday, Christmas Eve, there's going to be a Christmas Eve brunch at Cafe Pamlico in Buxton from 8 in the morning until noon. I know they work really hard at Cafe Pamlico to have those types of things. I know Tasha, shout out to Tasha, love Tasha. They take great pride in doing these things down at the Cafe Pamlico and in on the Pamlico Sound. That's going on Christmas Eve to Sunday, December 24th from 8 until noon. Same day at NC Coast Grill and Bar in Duck from 4 until 9. They're going to be having a Christmas Eve dinner. Chef Wes Stepp.
Shout out Wes.
Wes Stepp.
He's a great
chef
guy.
At Penguin, what was it? No, Kelly's Out of Max Restaurant Tavern, executive chef. That was back in the day.
Wes is a great guy, man.
He's from West by God, Virginia now. I've interviewed him when I was on the radio. I interviewed him on the radio a couple times. Yeah. We had a good time.
He's a Reds guy, too, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Wes has done very well for himself. He's one of the top-tier chefs here on the Outer Banks. No denying that. And they're having a Christmas dinner, like I was saying, at NC Coast Grill and Bar right there in Duck from 4 until 9. Fast forward, though, we're going to go on into a New Year's. I mean, there's all the different trivias, all the different things that are going to be going on, the karaoke nights, the trivia nights. They're all listed online as well, like I said, at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. Let's get on over to music.
Oh, yes, man. I've been waiting for this. I've been trying to figure this out.
New Year's on the Banks at the Hilton Inn in Kitty Hawk. That's going to be a 2-day event, Saturday and Sunday, the 30th and the 31st of this month.
What are they doing?
Oh, they've got a big concert. They got the Movement's going to be there. They've got a good little handful of...
At the Hilton?
At the Hilton, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, you need to go ahead and get your tickets. You can go online and get your tickets right now. Let me see. Let's find this. It's a big thing. There it is.
You heard
right there.
Summer?
2-night stay at the mothership for our up to 2 guests at the Hilton Garden Inn in Oceanfront and Kitty Hawk. Oh, gosh. This is a 3-day, 2-night hotel takeover.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. Look at this. The
Sounds
Movement,
wild.
Little Stranger, Cultivated Mind, Andy Frasco. Yeah.
That sounds wild.
That's what I mean. That's going on at the
Hotel
Hilton.
party.
Yes.
Takeover.
The hotel party after the show. You know that song, The Hotel?
Isn't that Ignition?
Yeah, standing
We next to Ignition.
hot and fresh out the kitchen. Matty
Mama
P.
rolling that body.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna have to go get into censorship, and they're gonna get copyrights. We're gonna get in all sorts of trouble for that.
In jail anyway, though.
I think so. Yeah,
R. Kelly,
he's
man.
lit up in jail right now. But yeah, that music prevents New Year's on the Banks at the Hilton Garden Inn in Kitty Hawk, Saturday and Sunday, the 30th and the 31st. Now, something else is going on in downtown Manio at New Vines on Saturday, the 30th, is Sam on the Sax.
Ooh, Sam on sax.
Sam on Sax. She is great.
She's a killer.
6:30 to 9:30 at New Vines. That's right below. We're like right above New Vines is where our studio is.
Right.
So
I was wondering why that sounded familiar. I just saw the sign today.
Yeah. See?
Yeah. Sam on sax.
Now, if you want to go hang out with Sam, now you know where to go, Matty P.
Sam is a killer on that saxophone.
She is very good. Very good.
Amazing.
Coming up, though, let's see. A couple different New Year's Eve events. There's the New Year's Eve dinner at Cafe Pamlico in Buxton starting at 5. McAllister's Corner is going to be having an oyster roast in Kildare Hills from 1 until 4 that day. They're going to have the New Year's Eve celebration in downtown Manio from 6 until midnight. They're going to have fireworks going off. Yeah. Nice. And then there's the New Year's Eve party at Owen's Restaurant in Nags Head. Not sure exactly what time they're going to be doing that. What time it's going to start. I know that the reservations are suggested, not required. You might be able to walk in and get you a two-top, but I know that I've already made my reservations for that evening at Owens. So, yeah, I would suggest doing that. More details to come on all of that in the near future. But like I've said a couple of times over, all these events and more can be found online at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. Matty P, that's all I'm working with, man. Dude, I'm so glad you came over to Manio today. I mean, I had to call your people and get it on your calendar. You got to understand something. Matty P is a hot commodity. Matty P is a highly sought-after individual. And when he agreed to do be our nightlife correspondent this past summer, I felt like I had struck gold. And again, people want to know who Matty P was. And this Matty P's pretty much told you where you can find him up and down the beach. They now know your secrets. They now know
secrets.
Your hiding spots. They now know where to find Matty P. I mean, all you got to do is just look around and you're going to hear his name, and then you just follow the direction in which you hear his name.
Yeah, man. Sometimes I just wish I wasn't so recognized, man.
Really?
Sometimes I just want to blend in, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sound like Andre the Giant right now. Andre the Giant said the same thing. He's like, I can't even hide in the back of a car.
Well, that dude was like 8 feet tall.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. Like he couldn't even hide out in public, man. You know?
I mean, yeah, he's huge.
So, I mean, Matty P, like,
I love it though, man. I love it.
Well,
there's so much to love about the people on the Outer Banks, man.
True.
Everyone here is so cool, and it's always good to see people you haven't seen in forever. And the culture here, man, it's like people take care of you, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, I'm glad that you were able to come in here today. A little side note about Matty P. He's a great, fantastic dude. Been knowing him now for, about 4 or 5 years.
Something like that.
Give or take, I met him through another friend of mine who, we all like to watch wrestling and stuff like that. And Matty P's alter ego in our little wrestling group. No, we ain't going there.
Sean Strider
and his finishing move, Strider's last song.
Yeah, what about your little...
we ain't going to go there,
what about HCP?
No, we ain't going to go there.
Bring that out.
No, let's not do that. All right.
The Hermit Crab.
Outer Banks This Week podcast. Outer Banks This Week podcast. Episode number 43 in the books. Again, Matty P, I appreciate you coming in and hanging out. Going to have you back in again soon to start getting geared up for the spring and everything like that. Let everybody know what's opening up, what's popping, and some more about Matty P in the near future, baby.
Hey, man, I'm down.
Dude, I appreciate you coming in, man. Thanks a lot.
Man. Thanks for having me.
Later.
This has been another epic edition of the Outer Banks This Week podcast. Follow us on social media and be sure to listen every Thursday for a new episode.